Good evening, everyone. I'm here to welcome you to the panel discussion we're having this evening.
So this panel discussion will basically be about guiding you all through the Pearson BTech pathways. When we put up this webinar, we got a lot of responses and a lot of questions as to how they can go through about their future with Pearson. So this webinar is all about answering all those doubts, those concerns, and my name is Karishma Kumarasinghe. I'll be your host for this evening. And to join with me, I have Mr. Suriya Bibile and Mr. Nishan Sembacuttiaratchy. Today, we will be answering most of the questions in relation to Pearson BTech pathways and Colombo International Campus as a whole, and the qualifications they offer, what do they have to offer, and how we all can join and leverage those opportunities. To start off with Mr. Suriya Bibile, who is the regional manager for South Asia at Pearson. He has been transforming education across South Asia, and also he's more into, his leadership is more into vocational trainings and workforce developments, vocational skills and workforce developments. He's the main help for Pearson and to most of the institutions in Sri Lanka and in South Asia to get Pearson assured and Pearson BTech programs. He's very instrumental in that senses. So his addition or his presence to this webinar is vital, as we will help you all or guide you all to understand and to explain to you all what these qualifications from Pearson can help you all to shape your future, how it can help you all. And to join him, we have Mr. Nishan Sembacuttiaratchy. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Colombo International Campus, and he has a experiential tenure in the education and also the tech sector. He has been in management, he has been in teaching, and he also has been he's an entrepreneur as well. So he has led teams to control and to help and to guide younger generations or future generations into their careers and help them guide them into their career pathways. So his addition to this panel is vital, as he will be adding on to the practical perspective of how qualifications from Pearson, as Mr. Suriya will be following up with, will help you all help students get into real world opportunities and to experience the opportunities and benefits Colombo International Campus also has to offer. Without further ado, can I move into the questions? Is that all right? So first of all, it will be a round session where we will be starting off with Mr. Suriya and then Mr. Nishan. So to the rounds, I will be first pointing out the question, which is basically a foundational insight. I just want to know, so these are certain doubts from our students, or when we reach out to students, what we get, certain doubts. So maybe we can help clarify them for them. So one is the key features we have in Pearson BTech, the level 3 and the level 5 programs. They want to know their key features about it, and specifically how these qualifications are recognized globally. Can we help the students understand it?
Sure, thanks Karishma. So if you take a Pearson BTech qualification, there is a qualifications framework in the UK. We call it the regulated qualifications framework. And then of course, there is also the framework for higher education qualifications. Our BTech International Level 3 program is mapped to the academic pathway where on successful completion of a Pearson BTech International Level 3 full qualification, it's equal to advanced level, GCE advanced level or international A levels. Which essentially means a student who successfully completes this qualification, a program with the level 3 qualification, can move into the first year of a degree in the UK or elsewhere internationally. Then of course, we have the Pearson BTech level 5 High National Diploma, which also has a level 4 in it. In that again, what happens is, in the UK framework, the level 4 is the first year of a UK degree. and level 5 is the second year, and then of course on completion of level 3, the third year, that's a level 6. So what we offer is the BTech HND or Higher National Diploma, or as we call it, Higher Nationals. It's the second year completion in a UK bachelor's degree. In terms of recognition, obviously in the UK the framework is very straightforward, and that's what you complete with a BTech International Level 3, the advanced level equivalent, and then level 4 and 5 you go into the successful completion of the second year. But beyond UK, you have many universities outside, especially on completion of a level 3. You know, there is a common term that you tend to use for these level 3 qualifications. We often hear everywhere as a foundation qualification. So with that you enter the first year of a bachelor's degree. So in the UK you can, but then beyond that, in countries like Australia, New Zealand, we have many universities who accept our BTech level 3 qualification. So that's basically in a nutshell what the level 3 and level 4-5 are about.
Thank you. So, Mr. Nishan, feel free to follow up about the description about the qualifications. Could you also shed some light on how the qualifications are structured, and also what are the immediate benefits the students can expect from these qualifications?
Okay, so I'll start with the level 3. As Suriya said, level 3 is an equivalent to the A levels, and so if you have students who may not have done their A levels or who do not wish to do their A levels, now you are seeing a tendency for them to divert into this after having completed their O levels, because in certain contexts, if you think about it, all students don't do massively well when it comes to stressful examinations. So you could say that the qualifications that are awarded here use alternative assessment mechanisms in order to give a more comfortable teaching experience and a learning experience. So the beauty of the level 3 is that as per the UK standard, it's at the level of A levels, which means it can be considered as a foundation for entry into university. And the fact that this is awarded by Pearson means that there are hundreds of universities worldwide that are going to readily accept this qualification. So unlike you doing a foundation that is specifically tailored and awarded by a university, the Pearson level 3 will pave the way for the student to enter 100+ universities worldwide. So that's the beauty about the level 3. Then if you have a student who has either completed level 3 or done the local or the London A levels, then the next option for you will be the level 4+5 qualification, which is what we refer to as the Higher National Diploma. So how is it structured? There are 15 modules that you need to complete, including a project. So it's spread over a number of semesters, and you complete the qualification between 1.5 to 2 years, depending on the mode of study that you select. And traditionally what we say is 2 years to complete the Higher Nationals. And the beauty of the system is that the assessment isn't based on how well you have memorized something and whether you can write about it. Instead, what you're assessing is whether the student has the ability to perform certain required tasks. Is the student a practitioner? Because these are vocational qualifications. So what you're doing is you're training the student in order to be able to handle real world scenarios. So you find, for example, students that may have performed rather poorly in the traditional learning space actually excelling when it comes to the programs that are awarded by Pearson. So in terms of how it's structured, it's a semester-wise structure. You learn a couple of subjects at a time, so it's much less stress for the student, and they're actually going to have a very enjoyable learning experience.
So that's good news for the students. Education, as Mr. Nishan said, education is seen to be very stressful with cramming exams and stressful assessments. So that is always a concern with students, and that's sometimes why students don't pursue higher education sometimes. But how can we do it better? How can we help them understand that it's not always tension, it's not always stress? How can we do it better, Mr. Suriya?
So it's a lot to do with how the program is structured and how it is delivered, and then of course very importantly how well it's assessed. So the assessment methodology or assessment strategy that we follow with BTech is very much application oriented. You get it in units, and these units you get mandatory core units, mandatory specialist units, and then of course the specialist units depending on the specialization you pick. What we find is over the years we have increasingly made sure when we develop the qualifications and we redevelop, redesign and revise our specifications, we make it as application oriented as possible. We keep in mind, just as much as students want to pursue their studies to complete a bachelor's degree or even a postgraduate qualifications later with a BTech level 7, they also become employable. This is why we say a BTech qualification, its unique feature is that while it takes you up the academic pathway to complete a bachelor's degree, it also makes you work ready. For instance, if you're taking, let's say in business HN, you're taking a marketing specialization, you'll actually be going out there to do research, to do more reading, to try and understand how it works, because it's not about reading it off a textbook and just putting it back on a paper. It's about how well you apply in real life scenarios. So assessments are also designed in such a way we want to capture as part of the portfolios of achievement in our learners, evidences of achievement, these practical applications and how well they have brought them in and incorporated into the assignments and the assessments that they are expected to complete. And this has project assignments designed by us, meaning Pearson. So all these have to be done in a very practical oriented approach.
It's both individual and group projects, yeah.
Correct. So there is work that goes into it, where we even sometimes you will find in certain institutions they also get students to come up with presentations and actual work. Let's say it's a design related program. We'll actually be coming up with designs, and which essentially means you actually produce what you're going to be doing in your real life.
So, Mr. Nishan, as he said, there are specializations. So, certain students want, they have certain things they need in life, and they have a set goal in life. So, to go to that goal, we have to follow different pathways in education-wise. So, in that, do we offer specializations, and through that specializations, what are the opportunities these students can get?
Okay, good question. So, first of all, here at CIC, we offer mainly computing or IT stream as well as the business or the management stream. There will be others coming up in the future, but right now what we've gone with are the ones which are in the highest demand. So, it's IT and business. So, when you take the IT field, we have software engineering as one specialization, we have cybersecurity, we have network engineering, and of course we have AI solutions and applications as well, because everyone is talking about AI these days. Then if you take business management, we have the general business management stream by itself. We have accounting and finance for those who prefer to do commerce, for example, at their A levels, or who have a accounting background and accounting ambitions. And of course we have an entrepreneurship higher national diploma as well. For example, there's someone out there who is either interested in continuing the family business or would like to start their own venture. Of course, we can teach them the basics. So We have a number of specializations available, and we'll probably have a few more in the very near future as well. And what we'd say is, come and talk to us, right? So either the students or the parents, or ideally both of you together, come and meet us, meet with our counselors, and we will very happily take you through the programs. We'll talk to you and find out what your ambitions are, and based on that, we'll help you choose the best program that helps you achieve your goals and will help you get there. So the key point is that ultimately what we want to do in education is we want to basically make sure that people are successful and able to contribute effectively to society. So you can do that either by getting yourself into a career pathway, or it might be by you becoming an entrepreneur. So we have what is required in order to take you in whatever direction that you want. And the beauty about the programs that are available from Pearson is that since these are of international repute and since these are regulated qualifications which are internationally recognized, you can very easily take these level 5 HNDs and top it up with a degree at level 6. So in order to achieve your honors degree, you just need to study one more year after this HND, and you have the option of doing it either here in Sri Lanka, for example, with us, or someone wants to migrate or wants to do it overseas, we can help place them into a UK or a different university via our parent company, which is Campus Direct, and we have, I think we'll talk about that in one of the next questions. But essentially what I'm saying is come and talk to us, meet us, and we'll very happily show you the pathway to get you to where you want to be.
So, Mr. Suriya, you have been an employee and you are an employer for quite an experiential time, extensive time, yeah? So, in that, so Pearson BTech HND graduates, the graduates I'm talking about, how can they stand out at a workplace? And also, what does Pearson from your team's end do to ensure that this advantage for the Pearson BTech graduates continues in the future as well?
Yes. When it comes to, we'll start with what we do to make sure that employers continue to recognize our qualification. It's all to do with how successful our learners are in actually being able to apply themselves in the workplace. And it all starts at the designing of the qualification. So every qualification that we have designed with as far as Pearson BTech qualifications or programs are concerned, is we do that not in isolation on our own. We work with our academic teams or qualifications development teams who do that in consultation with universities, professional bodies, employers, and a wider network of academics and practitioners. We take all of it into consideration at the time of developing a BTech program. And more importantly, between 3 to 4 years, we revise our specifications, our programs, so that we ensure what our learners study and are assessed on are current and up to date. So in that process, again, we go back to the industry. We at that time also take into account what we have heard back from our partner centers across the world, their feedback on what needs to be incorporated, what is relevant to certain regions, certain countries. We even go to the extent of providing bespoke solutions, such as designing and developing qualifications and programs relevant to certain countries. So it's all about staying relevant. I think Nishan mentioned about it's all about AI today. It's all about cybersecurity. So these have been taken into account, and you would find between two specifications in the same sector how much we have revised. And again, it's not only about the specification, it's sometimes and sometimes it's about the assessment methodology as well. We even go to the extent of making amendments to that, so that we want our learners on successful completion to stay relevant and be employable. Either, as you said, they could be getting into self-employment, starting their own venture, or simply going back to the workplace. We have examples. We can come to that little later in the discussion. So that's what we do to ensure that that level of recognition is there. This is the reason why over the years we have been able to have more and more universities and professional bodies, employers recognize us. Finally, just to add, we also make sure that we continuously engage with employers, industry, so that they understand what we really mean when it comes to BTech programs or skills programs.
Okay. So as we know, Colombo International Campus is said to be where luxury meets opportunity. And also their slogan goes as you can see, guiding you to a better tomorrow. So Mr. Nishan, as the Chief Executive Officer, what can you say where, how I've seen the facility is very energetic. So how do you think CIC or Colombo International Campus sets apart from the other institutions, or just as individually?
Well, take Pearson for example, it's a world-class qualification. Therefore, Colombo International Campus is a world-class facility in terms of what we have to offer here, because we have to make sure that our location and what we give matches with the qualification and the possibilities that it opens up. So we are in the heart of Colombo, here in Boralla, easily accessible from multiple routes, multiple pathways, multiple roads. I think most people will know this facility if we say that this is the previous Lamborghini showroom in Colombo. It was a landmark building which we have acquired and completely redone in order to give a very unique learning experience in the heart of the city itself, on par or possibly going beyond even what an international university has to offer in terms of facilities. So we have very comfortable, very spacious classrooms with the latest learning aids, multimedia, for example, multimedia tools, touchscreen displays and digital boards. Of course, students get access to unlimited Wi-Fi. Our computing labs are some of the best with the latest equipment, nice large monitors, not these tiny ones that you might get in some places, because ultimately it's about comfort, right? Because we have to make sure that they enjoy the entire experience, right? In terms of academics, we have some of the best qualified and experienced people who have a passion for teaching, because otherwise you're not going to learn anything, right? In terms of recreational facilities, we have some top of the line options available here. We have one of the largest gyms in private sector education. We have some great dining facilities. We have some nice indoor sports available. We have a small outdoor area that is available on the rooftop. So students can expect to see some, I won't spoil it by saying everything that we have, but let's say e-games, e-sports, indoor cricket, you name it, we are going to have it. And a couple of things that you may be seen on videos internationally, you're going to have that here at Colombo International Campus and make this an environment that students are going to love being in, because ultimately we want to give a space that's going to make them feel relaxed and at home. So it's going to be a home away from home. They're going to love it being here. Parents can come and have a look at what we have to offer. I think they'll enjoy that experience as well. And of course, the question that some people will have is, okay, great, but doesn't all of that come with an extra price added on? And don't worry about that. We've made things super affordable. We have some great scholarships on offer for the intake that we have going on. And shop around, look around, see what others have to offer, then look at what we have. Our facilities are the best and our price point will be the best as well. So look around and come here. You'll really spot the difference.
That was nice too. So now you all have an idea of what Colombo International Campus has to offer for you all. It's just a matter of walking to Bibile and walk into the former Lamborghini showroom now, which is Colombo International Campus, which is branded fully. And you all can have a talk to our counselors and have a look at the facilities we have to offer. So moving on to the next question, Mrs. Suriya. It's just a two-part question, but I just want to also know, for how long have you been working with Pearson, Mrs. Suriya?
I'm on my 17th year.
Well, nice. So over these years with Pearson, you would have had seen, or you would have graduated more than an uncountable number of students, I'm pretty sure. So among these students, were there some inspiring stories which we can share with the audience so they will also have an understanding how they can get through and also maybe inspire them a bit?
Yeah, I wouldn't just stick to one, but I would talk in terms of some of the sectors especially. Well, business and IT, that's like the largest, and we have so many number of our students who have successfully completed the BTech HNs or the BTech programs and are very well employed and are contributing to the professional development. But beyond that, one of the things that I want to share with you is that a lot of the students tend to complete a BTech qualification, BTech HN, and while they complete the final year of a UK degree, and that's available in Sri Lanka, as you know, to complete here or even to go. On completion of a BTech HN, they get into the workplace. So which means a good more than 60% of them tend to do that. On the other side, let's look at certain specific sectors. We have areas like BTech High Nationals in early childhood education and care, art and design, part of which is interior, fashion designing. Then we have health and social care practice. What we have seen here is a lot of them complete this program and they make it to countries like Australia, the UK and Canada, and all you have to do is get the local license, because in those countries you have to get the license to practice in those sectors, and they are in their respective professions and what they are passionate to do. Whenever I speak to students, if you look at some of these sectors where, for instance, let's say BTech level 7, strategic management and leadership, we find a lot of them are from the corporate sector. So I think Colombo International Campus also will soon be taking students, enrolling students for the level 7 qualification, which in the UK framework is a postgraduate level, and you only have to just top it up with an MBA with a few modules, or maybe straight with the project, depending on the size of the program you're following. This all means over the last, so just to share with you again, BTech has been in Sri Lanka for decades, almost 3 decades, and BTech around the world, of course in the UK, been there for several decades, but in Sri Lanka for almost 3 decades. And over this period, employability, students, we once had we had a number of case studies where students who completed our BTech qualifications, especially in the construction and the engineering sector, were employed in the Middle Eastern construction companies, and they used to tell whatever they invested over a 3-year period, it was just a matter of getting the right placement there. So not just one sector, but across all, we have our learners who have been very successfully employed. Especially in the design sector, you get self-employment as well, quite a lot of them. Those who are passionate in music, passionate in fashion, they get self-employed. A lot of the BPOs, IT companies in Sri Lanka, including Pearson Lanka, our own company, which is again, it's from UK, and we do a lot of work for US operations. You get quite a number of the BTech students. So, and they're very young, meaning, soon after completing, they get into the workplace.
So that also goes with your leadership, where you want to develop workforces and also help students get into their pathways and shape their futures.
Yeah, and also we do a lot of engagement with employers. If you look at the UK, our international markets, including Sri Lanka, we do a lot of engagement with them because it's also about, making sure that just as much as today we are educating, students who are looking at their next step in life as far as education is concerned, and parents are looking for options. It's also something that we also do with employers, so that they also, they're also aware of BTech and the developments we are coming out with, that kind of engagement, because it's part of the role that we play. We have a very, very strong presence in Sri Lanka, and for many years we've been here, and that's one of the roles we play, just so that we provide a holistic service as far as our students, parents, educators, and our partner centers across the world are concerned.
Okay. So as Mr. Nishan mentioned earlier, Colombo International Campus is proudly owned by Campus Direct. So they are our mother company. So as far as I've heard and I know, that Campus Direct has a quite promising history with international students. So my question to you, Mr. Nishan, is that how would this work with Campus Direct and Colombo International Campus, and what is the next step for Colombo International Campus students?
Okay, so as you said, it's an interesting combination. Our parent company or the mother company is Campus Direct, with 17 plus years of experience in placing students successfully to some of the top universities in the world. So Campus Direct is one of the largest such operators in the country, and they have an excellent track record. So it is with that trust that we have come into the education sector to provide educational options right here in Sri Lanka. Because when you're in the business of counseling students and sending them overseas for placement, sometimes, of course, you do get the situation where that student, for various reasons, may not be in a position to either go and enroll in that university or do so right now. So that was sort of an inspiration for setting up of this organization. So think of the Colombo International Campus as providing opportunities for these young kids to earn either part of their qualification or the entire qualification right here, and thereby save a considerable amount of money. Or if they so wish to, we, utilizing the 17 plus years of experience that we have, can give you very successful transfer options where you complete part of your qualification here, and then we place you into the foreign university. So if you take Pearson as an example, it's equivalent to the first 2 years of a 3-year degree, meaning technically it's a 2+1 transfer. And very recently, just this weekend, we had our World Education Fair, where we brought in 50 plus foreign universities, majority of them being UK, and you saw hundreds of enthusiastic students attending the fair at the Galdari Hotel, and having a look at what partnerships are available, what options are available, And of course, they stepped into our stall, the CIC stall as well, to see what we had on offer in terms of giving them that extra help in order to achieve their qualifications. So students here, the unique thing that they get is the level of partnerships that we have. I don't think any other educational institution has that number of partnerships spread across the globe, thereby giving students the opportunity to further their educational ambitions anywhere. I mean, you name the country, we pretty much have something there. So prominent markets would be UK, Australia, for example, but of course we do New Zealand, we do Europe, and we do handle certain universities in Dubai as well. Right? So we have a wide range of universities which will give students the opportunity to earn their qualifications. And of course, here at CIC, we are now in the final stages of finalizing our university partnerships. So very soon we're going to have the opportunity for them to do their top-ups here, their 3-year degrees, and of course their masters, and maybe even higher level qualifications as well. So think of us as occupying a space where we see that we as an established education brand have much more to offer in terms of recognized and high quality qualifications at a fraction of the cost of what it would be elsewhere in the world.
So even when the students want to go abroad and if their qualifications are not met for the university standards abroad, they can still complete the necessary qualifications here, and they are allowed to, we can actually help them.
Correct. So if there are, for example, gaps in their qualifications, or if they don't meet the criteria, they can fulfill those criteria here in the right way. So what I mean in the right way is they are still earning a reputed, recognized qualification in the proper way, and it adds to their portfolio and to their profile. And then if they so wish, we can facilitate for their transfer to happen to the university of their choice.
So Mr. Suriya, how can students leverage their H&D qualifications to access specific industries or career opportunities which they have in mind?
So if you take our BTech qualifications or the programs, they're all very sector specific. And if one has, I always advise students, even parents, I encourage them to always look at where they want to get and work it backwards. And then see what you need to do in order to get where you want to be. And if you then look at our website, anybody can log into our website qualifications.pearson.com, and you will see our entire portfolio. And in that you will see we have got the widest range of sectors and then specializations. For instance, if you want to do business with some specialization in accounting, we've got that. You want to get into art and design with interior, you've got that. You're doing BTech High Nationals in computing, and then you want a specialization in software or digital technologies in artificial intelligence, you've got that. So what we have made sure is that we have designed programs in a way that it will facilitate a student's progression. One is to the industry, but also to keep in mind they might want to progress to complete their bachelor's apart from industry, to the question you asked. And if a student really wants, they can even go to the extent of completing a second specialization. It's a matter of having a conversation with your center. And in the case of Colombo International Campus, you can talk to the student counselor and the academic team, and if for reasons of either industry or maybe for other reasons of going overseas, completing it locally, you want additional specializations, that can be achieved. So that's how we have designed. Even if you look at our BTech level 3, which is commonly referred to as a foundation qualification in Sri Lanka. There are different foundation programs. We have made sure it's not just a common foundation program, but it's very sector specific, because we have kept in mind that those who come after O levels or international GCSEs, maybe they're very young. You can't just put them onto a common program and then say, now you select your specialization at bachelor's. You don't get that in A levels either. You have to select your excuse me, sector. So similarly, we have made sure that if you exit after your grade 10, 11, grade 10, and then you want to do something other than advanced level, we advise them to first figure out what they want to do next, and then take the pathway from day one itself. And also to always be mindful that these have these are mapped to a framework, to a particular level, because that's when you have that widest opportunity of going either overseas or completing it here.
Okay. With the audience we have, we were reached out by a lot of students and also not just students in the sense after O levels and after A levels, and also we were reached out by employees who are employed in the industries in certain sectors, even in business, IT. We were reached out, and their main concern was they're working, they have their life. How can they balance off education with their life, their current priorities, and also while working? So, Mr. Nishan, with these preferences or with these priorities they also have in hand, what key factors should students consider when deciding whether to pursue further education or enter the workforce and pursue additional qualifications after their HND? How can they decide? What are the key features for them?
Okay, right. So I get to answer the last question, is it? Right. So while I'm answering this, maybe you guys can put on the slide with our contact details as well as I'm finishing up. So what are the key factors that you can consider when it comes to further education? First of all, do go for further education, right? Never stop learning. Something that I very often say is each and every qualification that you acquire is an opportunity for you to take a small break and then plan out what you want to do next. I mean, I say it's a comma, it's not a full stop. Take a small break and then plan out your next step and keep on learning. So in terms of further education, as I said, there are a number of universities worldwide that accept the Pearson level 4 and 5 HND, the level 4 and 5 qualifications, which means that you can very easily top up with one more year of study and you earn your honors degree. Then of course, people have this question when it comes to private education and these foreign universities, are they recognized? Okay, so I'm going to throw in another question into my answer, and the answer to that is yes, look at the local universities and look at what their QS rankings are, and then look at, for example, what are the QS rankings of the international universities, and you will see that there are quite a lot of universities that are very highly regarded and higher ranked and internationally recognized and reputed in terms of the research work they do and various other factors. So the foreign degrees are equally or sometimes I would say better recognized in certain situations. I'm not downplaying the state universities, they are also great, but I'm saying not everyone can get into those. Right? So in that case, this becomes a viable alternative. So further education, definitely look at what options are available in terms of getting your level 6 or your top-up degree completed. It will help you go places. In terms of entering the workforce, you asked that. So someone who completes the HND, as we said, it's a vocational qualification. So soon as you complete it, you are employable. And there are people who are willing to hire you on a full-time basis even. And we often see that, right, in various institutions where we have been attached. Most of the time, by the time students get to the last semester of their higher nationals, they are already employed. So they are working full time and they are learning part time. So make use of that simply because experience matters. I mean, there are certain markets, certain countries where the tendency is you complete your degree and then zero experience, you start your masters and you complete all of that and then you enter the job market and you're trying to find employment. So you're qualified, but you have zero experience. Okay, so are you recruitable? And probably the answer is no. So here the beauty about this model is you can switch between full-time, part-time anytime you want. So you find yourself the opportunity to get some experience either in the job market or in your family business or whatever. Make use of that because the experience will really help you go places. And then about additional qualifications that students could do, of course, now with the world spinning faster, right? And what I mean by that is things are changing so rapidly. It's always good to top up whatever the qualification that you have with additional professional certifications, right? So example, if you are doing, for example, application development as your main focus, maybe look at getting certifications from Microsoft or the Java certifications, for example, because that will really help you with some very specific knowledge that will make you even more marketable. If you are doing cyber security, for example, look at doing ethical hacking courses, getting yourself certified in that. That will really help you. And then, of course, if you're someone who goes into AI and all these things, of course, I don't have to tell anyone about AI. Everyone knows about the different tools that are available. And recently, we saw a news article saying that Sri Lankan students are going to get free access to the Google AI tool. So that's a great development. So keep on learning. Get experience wherever you can. That really shines in your CV. And definitely, if I were to recruit someone to my own company, basically, if I had someone who's freshly qualified versus someone who's qualified and has some level of experience of working in an organization, that person will get more attention from me. But of course, I'd have to assess it, but experience definitely does matter. So the Pearson qualifications, the way it's designed, because it's unit-based, because it's based on assignments as the most preferred assessment method, even for someone who's working, these qualifications can easily be done. And when I say easily done, what I mean is, yes, there's a lot of work to do, but it's structured in such a way that it makes it comfortable even for a working person to achieve these qualifications. And of course, we are going to give you all the support that you need. So I hope the contact details were on screen. Call us 070-785-5555 is our number, or you can go to our website and it's available on screen, cicedu.lk, or of course visit us, as I said, right in the heart of Boralla. The old Lamborghini showroom is what people refer to us as, but now of course we are the Colombo International Campus, the finest and one of the best institutions to offer you these qualifications together with Pearson.
And yes, that wraps up our discussion. Also, on top of what Ms. Nishan had to say, we also are offering scholarships at the moment specifically to certain specializations where H&D in AI, H&D in cybersecurity, and H&D in entrepreneurship and business management. Also, we are offering a scholarship also for after O-level students, foundation in business and IT. Maybe we answered all your concerns which came to us. Maybe you all have more concerns, but we are always reachable. Our hotline, as Ms. Nishan said, which is displayed in the screen, is reachable at any time because we are open weekdays, weekends, during office hours. You all can reach out to us and we will get back to you even if it's after office hours. Also, you feel free to walk into our facility at any given point. Colombo International Campus, it's there in Google Maps. You can reach out to our website. So we hope to see you all in future webinars as also maybe one-to-one. So we can also help you personally one-to-one guide you all to your pathways and to help you all figure out to shape your future. So yes, again, thank you Mr. Nishan and Mr. Suriya for dedicating your time and effort for this webinar to help our future generations learn more about their pathways and their opportunities. So yes, this is what Colombo International Campus and Pearson has to offer for y'all, the opportunities and the offers we have for y'all. So feel free to reach out to us and have a nice evening.